All right, so it's March 27th, 2025. We are back, me and this little peanut are back doing our treadmill talk today. And are you thinking, okay, April 1st is 4 days away. I'm gonna start moving then. I'm gonna start working out regularly then. I'm gonna start drinking more water then, or eating healthier then, or doing whatever it is that you want to do, and you're gonna wait until April 1st. Just start, just get started. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sarah, family physician, wife, mom of 5, and exercise enthusiast. So I wanted to make a video today because when I woke up this morning, I remembered it was March 27th, and I knew that there were 4 days left in the month. And I used to be somebody that would make decisions based on the date. So I would say, okay, starting on April 1st, this is what I'm gonna do. Starting on Monday, starting on, next week, starting January 1st. There would always be these planned dates in the future for me to start working on a goal, whether it was I am gonna start training for some specific event, like a running event, or I want to exercise in a different way, or I want to start moving more intentionally, and I want to drink more water, I want to limit processed foods, I want to cut out sugar, I want to yell at my kids less, whatever these things are that you have that you really want to do, especially if it's around movement. But I think that this concept applies in so many areas of life, and it's just start. So I'm going to talk about how to do this with movement, but like I said, you can apply this to anything in your life. I think that, if you get on social media, you're on Instagram or Facebook, scrolling through your feed, you'll find things where it's like 10 steps to getting moving, or, 3, 5, 17, whatever it is. And when I see that stuff, I think, oh gosh, especially if you're a busy mom, especially if you're trying to do all the things, you're trying to move, you're trying to drink water, you're trying to sleep well, you're trying to raise these kids, you're doing all the stuff. And then it's like, here's 85 steps for how to do it. That feels so overwhelming and stressful, I think, in my opinion. And, let me know in the comments if you guys have a different perspective on that. But I think sometimes it's like, how could you possibly get started when it feels sometimes like everyone else is 55 miles ahead of you and you don't know where to even start? So literally, it's one step. It's just get started. So, as an example, whatever you're doing right now while you're watching this video, aside from driving, which I hope you're not watching a YouTube video while you're driving, I guess you could be listening. But the idea is, if at all possible, just get up and do 1 minute of movement right now. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter if you have no shoes on. It doesn't matter if you're wearing pajamas, if you are baby wearing, if, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you could, in theory, assuming it's safe, pause for 1 minute and march in place. My point is, it doesn't, when you have these things of, I have to wait for this clothing. I have to wait for this day. I have to wait for my new shoes to arrive. I have to wait for the kids to be a little bit older. I have to wait for the busy season of my job to turn down. There's always going to be, I have to wait for something. And it's really what I've found personally, and what I've seen in my patients over the years, and now in my clients with doing movement coaching, is there's always going to be something. There's always going to be life getting in the way, whether it's, an exciting, positive thing, whether it's maybe a not so positive, exciting thing, more of a challenge. But whatever it is, those things are always going to be there. They're not always going to look the same, but they're always going to be there. And so I think it's really about the one step of just getting started. And making the barrier so low that you 100% will achieve it. And so the way to do that is by doing it for a minute and by making it not requiring a change of clothes or anything. Because, and I think sometimes people will say, okay, Dr. Sarah, but like doing that for 1 minute, like what is that gonna do? Does it even count? So yes, it absolutely counts. So I think it's important to count that as movement and count that as showing up for yourself. Because if you did 0 minutes of that yesterday, now you're doing 1. Like, that's amazing. You've improved, you've made a difference. And when you think of it in that way, your brain will start to find things like that you're doing and celebrate them, as opposed to beat yourself up for all the things that you're not doing. The other thing is when you start doing this, so literally if you are somebody that's not moving at all, or you're just really trying to figure out how to do it, like I'm busy, I'm a mom, I'm working, or I'm home, whatever it is, whatever's on your list of to-dos for today, if you do that 1 minute every single day, it will start to build your confidence. And it tells you and it tells your brain that you are a person that exercises. You are a person that moves. You are a person that's healthy. And all of these other things will start to happen. Your quality of sleep will improve. You'll find yourself reaching to drink more water. Maybe you make a better choice in the afternoon when your energy is low, and instead of reaching for sugar, you reach for something else, or you get a little bit of movement in to get your energy back up. I think that sometimes we underestimate the power of doing things in small bursts. And so, doing those, what we think maybe are baby actions, but then if you do them over and over and over again every single day, in a month, in 2 months, like look back and see how far you've come. And the other piece of that is the more you do it, you'll start to want to do it. And then you'll see, oh, like maybe I could do 2 minutes, or maybe I could do a minute twice a day, or maybe I could do a different activity. However you and your body want to progress it, I think that it's all about getting started. And sometimes there will be this like, I'm going to wait for when I'm motivated, when I'm feeling super inspired to do it. But a lot of times that doesn't come, or it's hinged on some of those other things, like I said, like, oh, I'll wait for when the baby's taking a nap, or when it's a less busy time at work, or when I have my new exercise equipment, or when I get my tax refund, which I'm going to use to buy XYZ. It doesn't have to be any of that. It can just be, I'm just going to get started right now. And yes, you layer in all of those amazing things over time. But as you get started and you start to build, you'll see things start to progress. I wanted to do one quick analogy to this because, obviously in the moment when you get started, it's challenging sometimes to keep going because it's not instantly that you'll see major changes. They will happen, but it takes showing up every day for a little while, weeks to months really. Now you will start to feel better, certainly, and you'll be so proud of yourself, but you also have to be disciplined to show up. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be 1 minute and you can expand it as you feel comfortable with that. But you do have to, you have to be disciplined to show up. But my point here in terms of hanging with it, so my analogy is this little peanut is about to be 5 months and she's my 5th baby. And I've watched, obviously I've learned about how babies develop and grow as a physician and their milestones and all of that. And I've now watched 5 babies go through all of the different milestones. And I was paying extra special attention this time around. And I just, I was thinking about how when you're laying on the floor as a baby, and like it starts with a little bit of lifting up your legs and hip rocking, and then you're maybe slightly rotated, and then you're maybe like a quarter of the way up on your side. All of these little tiny baby steps that happen, and then one day, mommy, she rolled on her belly, she's on her belly, like all the big kids are cheering. And it's all of these little micro actions, this micro movement, things that happen to lead to this bigger, much more noticeable event. And my point there is these baby actions, even if they feel small, they are not. They add up over time. And, a 1 minute isolated day of movement, okay, maybe that's not going to make a huge change. But if you do that every single day and you show up for yourself, somehow stretching, walking, whatever activity you want to do, and you build on it and you grow, the wins are wild. Like I said, there's the physical benefit of like feeling stronger and confident in yourself and feeling more energized and vibrant. But I think the mental health benefit of just feeling like yourself again, feeling good in your body, feeling like you can tackle all these things that happen as a busy mom, maybe as a pregnant person or a newer postpartum person. I think the other areas of your life that it affects, your sleep, your nutrition, your hydration, even things like how you're performing at work or how your relationships are, it can affect all of these different areas. And so just to bring it back, the whole summary is just get started. It can be right here, right now, no shoes, pajamas, whatever you're wearing, get up and march in place for 1 minute. Just try it. Just try it and show up every day for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. That's all you can start with, and it will start to change your life. Definitely subscribe for more. Ring the bell. You don't want to miss any of these videos. This is a treadmill talk one, but I also have lots of demonstrations of different workouts to get moving in a way that is simple and anywhere, anytime, especially for busy moms. Much of what I have is pregnancy and postpartum related, but really anyone that wants to get moving in a simple way, absolutely check out my channel. We're running out of quarters on the machine here. So, definitely subscribe, ring the bell, share with a friend, check out other videos. Definitely also head to the shorts section because I have loads and loads, hundreds of 1 minute videos where I am moving for 1 minute, and you can hop on there if you need an idea and get moving with me. All right, everybody, what if in a minute a day, you could just get started? What if you can get started and keep the barrier so low that you can show up every day for yourself and just wait and see what happens? Watch how you progress. Watch all the different areas of your life that are starting to change. It is amazing, and I'm here for you. I'm proud of you. All right, follow for more and subscribe. Bye, everyone.